My name is Mark Moriarty and I'm the 2015 World Young Chef of the Year. So this recipe brings you to the weekend, Friday, Saturday night, tired after a long week. So it's my take using lovely, lovely potatoes on a kind of fish and chips idea, but we're going to be inspired by Spain today. So all it is it's Patatas Bravas. We're going to serve it with some roast red pepper, which I've roasted earlier and I'll talk you through, and some lovely salted cod, which is going to cook in milk. So it's a real healthy alternative, cheaper than your average takeaway, and it's something that everyone can get involved in making on a Friday or Saturday night. First up here we have our potatoes. So the potatoes have been cooked a couple of days before. They might be left over, so they're just some lovely cooked cubes of potato. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the potatoes on the go. So in here I have a frying pan with a good dollop of sunflower oil. And what we're doing is we're just going to add in the potatoes to the warm oil. And we're going to let them fry. And the idea is to get them nice and crispy. So you can see the potatoes go in and they're getting nicely well fried. That's at a very, very high heat. At this point then it's going to add a little touch of salt. So while the potatoes are getting crispy, we're going to start working on the base of the sauce, which is going to go into the pan. So I just get a large onion. So I just cut it lengthways. And all I do is I take a knife and straight down, and we get a nice fine dice of onion. So on the board then, we're also going to put a little bit of garlic, which I've prepared beforehand. So it's just some chopped garlic, nice and rough. We don't have to be too fancy about it. So the next piece is actually going to be our roast red pepper. Now these are just as easy to buy in a jar. You can get them in the shops. And all I've done is I've taken my own red pepper and I've just placed it over the gas until it goes nice and black on the outside. And I've wrapped in a little bit of cling film. And what the cling film does is it allows the skin to steam and it comes away from the nice flesh. So I just take away some of the black bits and you get a lovely fragrance. This is a really kind of Spanish flavor. You can smell it. And all I'm doing is I'm taking off the edges of our roast potato, and you can see there how juicy and lovely they are. We're just going to remove the seeds. I get my knife and I'll just run it through our roast red pepper, and you get a lovely sweet mix which will be added to our sauce. So we keep that to the side ready to go. Another quick check of our potatoes. Again, this is all going to happen in the one pan. So this is just a nice cod fillet, and all I've done is I've coated it in a little bit of salt for about 10 minutes and I've washed it off. Place it in a pot of warm milk and I'm just going to let it sit over a very low heat, you can see there. And what will happen is that will go lovely and translucent and we can flake it apart at the end. So I just drain off a little bit of our excess oil. Now we're just going to start building our sauce. So the first thing that's going to go in is our chopped onion and garlic. So I just toss the onions around at that stage. I'm just going to get a little bit of fire in there and add a good tablespoon of chili powder, a good ladle of some tinned tomatoes. We're going to let that reduce down, all the tomato flavors marry together. And the last thing that's going to go in on top of that is our roast red peppers. So they're going to offer that smoky, really sweet finish to the sauce, just like so. I'll take a good turn of sea salt and some black pepper. So let that reduce down. The last thing we're going to do on our chopping board is take a little bit of flat leaf parsley. We're going to roll our knife through, and that's going to add lovely freshness at the end of our dish. So 2 minutes on, everything's cooked through, the flavors have married together and everything's kind of calmed down and settled down. So all that's left to do now is just plate up. We just get our sharing platter of our Patatas Bravas. So in there you have again the potatoes, the tomatoes, the garlic, the onion, the roast red peppers. Chili powder is optional. And then the last thing is just to get our cod. And this is actually acts as a seasoning because it's been salted heavily beforehand. So we just break it up and we get some lovely chunks of our salt cod on top, and we just finish it with a generous portion of our freshly topped parsley. To find out more about these and other great potato recipes, go to potato.ie.